This is Andre. Andre is a baby villager, and he lives in one of the biggest villages in Minecraft, but Andre has a problem. The village is under attack, and we need to keep him safe. It wasn't always this dangerous. Just a few years ago, their small retreat lived in peace. Take this time machine. If we're gonna fix things, we have to go way back to 2009, Preclassic. See, back then we didn't have villages, or villagers at all. Instead, meet Steve, and last but not least, Steve. The Steves were the sole inhabitants of Minecraft, mindless bobbleheads running around a flat, empty wasteland until they decided to end it all and accept their fate of the endless void. So, to prevent their suicidal tendencies, you had to build them a home, a brand new dirt hut. Classy. But a year later, things had gotten a lot better. The Minecraft world was evolving, filled with wood, wool, stones, and jewels you could use to build a beautiful new home. The only issue was the Steves did a little too much heroin and now they look like this, so they were a bit too tall for their new homes. That's okay though, cause Notch killed them all 2 days later. He also started having these cool ideas about monster towns, or villages, scattered all over an infinite world. But for the next year, and all the way through Alpha, Minecraft was empty outside of you and the wildlife, until the middle of Beta, when we got our first look at a real Minecraft village. They were a bit different than what we're used to though. The houses were all over the place without any roads to connect them, and they were pretty basic, just wood, cobble, and moss stone with a door and a few windows to tie it all together. Villages were finally released at the very end of Beta, and they were a little closer to what we know, with torch lamps lighting the gravel roads, taking you around the small, simple villages we all know and love from the early days. Now you could finally visit Andre's great-great-grandpappy, Crunkus. Say hi! Yeah, so I don't know what happened here, maybe a furry convention, but Notch wanted everyone to be a pigman, at least until a few days later when he realized, no, and decided to fill the villages with villagers. Just kidding, they were called testificates because it's fun to be different, but hey, it was at least a step in the right direction, and now the village was finally complete, living in peace.
Hey, it's the future. The village is doing great. One small problem. Zombies. Everywhere. They're eating our people, they're destroying our crops. They even took young Galacticus. His parents are heartbroken. What in the actual can we do?
Boy, have I got a solution for you. The Iron Golem. T-pose some iron blocks and give it a pumpkin as a head, and the Iron Golem comes alive to defend you and your home. Comes in white, snow, milk, ivory, pearl, cream, and Caucasian.
Great, I'll take 2.
That'll be 14 emerald blocks. Now the village was safe, so why not move in? If you built a house next to them, as long as it had a roof and a door, the villagers would treat it like one of their own. Those dummies, the real estate value is tanking with all these stone huts flooding the landscape. And guess what? Even if you violate multiple articles of the Geneva Convention by polluting the water well with the blood of the village children and are exiled to die a painful death in the desert, you can just join one of the brand new desert villages and kill their children too. Now isn't that convenient? You won't want to go back either, since that Iron Golem you killed was the only thing protecting them from the zombies, and now the villagers turned into zombies themselves, and then burned to death as soon as it became daytime. How fun. It's okay though, like 2 seconds later Mojang broke the zombie sieges and left it like that for 2 years while they did other stuff. 2 years later, the zombies are back, but this time the villagers are prepared, because they discovered society. There's agriculture, fishing, shepherdry, knowledge, religion, cuisine, and of course blacksmiths, crafting armor and weapons to defend yourself from the ghastly green ghouls that come out at night. And if the village is getting too small, find 2 villagers, lock them in a dark room, and get them in the mood. With bread, carrots, and potatoes, in true villager fashion. Oh, there's also this guy, the nitwit. Don't worry about him. He doesn't do much, just sits around smoking wheat and peeing in the well. We don't like him very much. New version alert, 1.9 is here, and while players are going through panic attacks from the new PvP system, the villagers are ecstatic, because they just got a brand new crop, the beetroot. Their Pocket Edition friends finally decided to share. They also all got taller, for some reason. And now, you just might find a priest villager trapped in the basement of some kid's igloo. Weird, usually it's the other way around. Fast forward a few years and villages are everywhere now, but they look a little different, and they figured out how to make maps too, so that's pretty nifty. There's also been sightings of villagers that crashed out at sea, and weird grey villagers that attack on sight. But who are they? Meet the Illagers. This is the Vindicator. He's the oldest one. He swings around an axe and tries to kill you, but you only really see him in these mansions that have started popping up in dark forests. He usually hangs out there with his buddy, the Evoker. He runs around casting spells that spawn alligators and summons Vexes to swoop down and attack you. He also makes blue sheep turn red because why not? Kill one and you might unlock the key to immortality, who knows. Then there's the Pillager that came around later. He shoots you with his crossbow and sometimes rides around on a Ravager, but he's pretty weak, so just smack him in the head and you'll be good. There's also the Illusioner. He has a bow and spells, but he's sort of the reject of the Illagers. No one likes him for some reason, and they never actually made him part of survival. May he rest in peace. And finally, there's the Isolager. He got it even worse. Dream got everyone to vote for the Glow Squid, and he didn't make it in the game at all. But I'm sure Minecraft Dungeons is happy to have him. Otherwise though, villages are about the same, right up until 1.14. The Village and Pillage update. The biggest updates for villages yet, and there were a lot of them. First up, the villagers gone. No more. In their place were villagers. Not villagers, villagers. Got it? Good. There's a new villager now too, the Mason. He likes rocks. But don't let that idiot fool you, the villagers just discovered technology. They built campfires, smokers, blast furnaces, grindstones, fletching tables, cartography tables, looms, composters, bells, barrels, lanterns, lecterns, stone cutters, not that one, this one, and scaffolding, which is basically ladders but better. Oh, and most importantly, the villagers all got drip now depending on their job and biome. But someone wants to steal their drip. The Illagers. The woodland mansions and outposts weren't enough. They need more. They need to conquer. Now with crossbows, spells, and pet ravagers to take over the village. And they brought their friends, the Vexes and Witches, as backup. For a second, giants could come in too and infect the villagers, but Mojang changed their mind real quick on that one. Let's hope you can take them all, or else they'll slaughter the village, break their beds, and throw a parade to celebrate their latest genocide. If you survive though, the villagers will set off fireworks and throw you some gifts, so you should probably defend them. You'll want to get on their good side anyways, since they're totally gossiping behind your back, and if you hit one on accident, they'll make their trades expensive because you suck, I guess. It'll be fine though, just abandon them and go find a wandering trader. He won't know about your record of criminal battery. They didn't deserve you anyways. In fact, they can turn into a zombie village for all we care, screw them. There was some other stuff too, like foxes and pandas, but they weren't villagers, so I don't care, moving on. After that, villages were pretty much done. You can deprive the villagers of their sleep by stealing their beds, the Illagers developed morals and started sparing the kids, and they all look different as of 1.19, but otherwise, that is the history of Minecraft's villages. The end. But not for Andre. You didn't forget about him, did you? The kid's crying in the corner and you forgot about him after like 7 minutes? Really? Disgusting. Alright Andre, you can do it. All you need to do is find the blacksmith, and that's your home. Do you see the blacksmith? Lo hicimos. We did it. Vámonos. Let's go. That's it. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please make sure to like and subscribe, but otherwise, have yourselves a very good one. Peace.